Holy crap, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe that I've just hit 3,000 subscribers. Like, oh, whoa, that is so many people. That is so many people who have watched my videos, who have watched my channel, who have just seen all the crazy stuff that I do and all my unboxings and my fun something old, something new videos and stuff. That's awesome. And hey, you know what? It's been very fun. It has been like a very fun adventure with you guys. And I will say that I wanted to do something kind of cool for 3,000 subs. So I actually looked to you guys for this. So without further ado, this video is from you guys. And hey, let's just get into it. So, before I go too far, I really kind of want to show this off. It's just a neat thing that I got last time I was just on vacation. It's this cool Legend of Zelda hoodie. I mean, this thing is really awesome. I love the front of it. I love the back of it. It's just a cool thing. I don't know. I just wanted to kind of point that out for just a second. But anyway, right back to it. For those of you who don't know, and I don't know if you can see this easier on the computer version or on like your phone. I know that it does not pop up on the, like, if you're watching YouTube on your console. Like, I watch YouTube all the time on my Xbox, and when I'm watching videos of friends and I want to leave a comment or a like, I actually have to, like, go back on my phone and do it. So, I don't think this is there, but regardless, there actually is a feature where you can put polls on, you know, basically ask some questions. And I'm not gonna lie, for the last couple weeks I've been testing it out, and it's been pretty fun. You know, I try to do a poll every day, even if it's just a little two-answer thing. You know, and sometimes I forget because it is kind of a little bit painstaking to make one. It's not like the hardest thing, but it's not the easiest either. But anyway, regardless, like I said, for this 3,000 subscriber video, thanks again, I have decided to ask you guys what you wanted me to do. So I had 3 poll questions back to back to back. The first one was asking, you know, what kind of video would you guys want? Would you guys want like a clip show of all sorts of like fun stuff I've done on the channel? Would you guys want just a regular video if I got something, you know, in the mail to unbox? Or would you want me to talk about like a specific console or game? So from that, you guys said that you wanted me to talk about a specific console game. So I went ahead and did round 2 of the poll. Now round 2 was, would you like me to talk about a specific game or a specific console? You guys said that you wanted to see a specific game. So, okay, now we're getting down to it. Now we're on to the final poll, and that was, hey, do you guys want to me to do a video on like a popular game that a lot of people know about, or maybe you would know about more? Or would you like me to do more of like a hidden gems video? You know, like maybe a game that I have that not many people have, maybe not many people know about. And, you know, once again, you guys wanted to do a hidden gems video, so lo and behold, here I am, Rocky Like a Hurricane. So every time I see a hidden gems video, I kind of have the same, this is just totally personal, I have the same feeling about them, and that is, hidden gems videos, you know, they're made really popular by other YouTubers, of course, but, you know, they usually do one of two things. Like, one, it's someone showing off, like, a really good game that's, like, extremely rare and expensive still. You know, maybe it's like a cult classic game, and, you know, it's not well known in the mainstream, but it's already expensive. So, like, I like videos like that because it brings light to these cool games, but then, like, you go look up online and you're like, holy crap. Like, a really great example is I remember watching a video years ago about Gotcha Force. I was like, man, that's a cool looking game. Looked it up online and it was like $250. I was like, oh my god. So, you know, I dislike that. I also dislike, you know, when they have like a hidden gems video and it's about like some games that, you know, are maybe not hidden gems. It's like just people kind of showing off expensive stuff that's well known. Like, oh yeah, have you played the hidden gem Earthbound? Whoa! I mean, like, come on, that's not what I want to do. So when I was looking at this video and I was looking at my collection, I was like, okay, I want to do a hidden gem, a game that I really like, that A, like, is a legit hidden gem. Like, no one has really heard of this, and B, you know, I want it to be a game that, like, if you guys are watching this and you have the, you know, the console to play this game, and you're like, oh, you know what, I've never heard of that game before, I'd like to check it out, and you can go onto eBay, or you can go to your retro store, and you could find a copy for a reasonable price. You know, I don't want to throw out a hidden gem like, oh, have you ever heard of Panzer Dragoon Saga? Like, that's just asinine. So I went through and I found a game that I was like, man, you know what? I really like this game. It's actually a series. Really like this game series. And, you know, I want to share it with you guys. This is where it's going to get a little tricky as far as the rules I literally just established. And that is the fact that when I got both of these games, of course, a lot of games in my collection like this, but when I got both of these games, they were both extremely cheap. I literally bought them both together for less than $10. And that was like in a retail setting. So I was like, oh, this is going to be the perfect game to show you guys. Perfect game series. That being said, I went and looked it up, and the first game in the series is still incredibly cheap. So that's why I've decided I am still going to talk about this game. I really want you guys to know about it because you can get the first one in the series for like 20 bucks. I will say I was very, very surprised, but the second game in the series has just jumped up to the $100 range. Now, depending on where you are in your life as a collector, to some people, $100 may not be crazy. You know, everyone's different, right? I don't like paying $100 for a video game, but I will say this is a really good game. So I'm going to show you the first one for sure, and that's the one that's going to be my hidden gem for this video, but I am going to show a little bit of gameplay of the second one, just because, like, if you're one of those people who, like, has some extra money, maybe stimulus check, I don't know, has some extra cash, and you really like what I show you, just to know that it looks like this game is jumping up. So it's one of those things you might want to get on sooner rather than later. But that being said, hey, here's my Hidden Gems 3000 sub video, and we're going to be talking about Otogi 1 and 2 on the Xbox. Hey, before we get too far into this review though, I really wanted to point this out because a lot of people do not know this exists. If you have the capability for an HD connection to your OG Xbox, like this one here, then you should know that in the settings you can actually turn on not only 480, not only 720, but you can also turn on 1080i graphical output. That is insane, and you'll see that when I'm doing this whole video, all the game capture is out of component out, going through my FrameMeister, so it's gonna look even better. But I'm just saying, this is an original Xbox. I had no idea that it went all the way to 1080. So anyway, on to Otogi. This game has an amazing pedigree. It's on the original Xbox, so it's on, you know, the most powerful console exclusive. It's from Software, and it's made by Sega. I mean, like, that is the trifecta of a game that is just going to blow your socks off. And the thing about this game is, like, it is amazing. It's kind of an action RPG. Like, your character does level up. You have gear, you have shops, you have money, you have magic. But the way it plays is like, imagine Devil May Cry and Shinobi on PS2 had a child together, because that's basically what you're getting. You have the real fluid movement of Shinobi, but you have the over-the-top coolness of Devil May Cry, and you can really see that, like, right here in some of the gameplay. I mean, to start off with, it's really simple. You have light attacks, heavy attacks, which are really cool because you can hit enemies and they go flying across the stage. But then also every single, like, not every single thing, but most everything is destructible. In fact, part of the level score at the end of every level is how much stuff did you destroy. Another thing it kind of does like Shinobi, but I think better, is if you've played Shinobi on PS2, you know that you have to keep killing to keep your life up because the sword is constantly draining your life, and it's a real point of frustration for many people, myself included. But in this game, they have something similar but not as bad. Now, you don't have your life being drained constantly, which is a plus, but you can actually, your health regenerates by taking your magic meter, and then you regenerate your magic meter by killing more monsters. The cool thing about this is you don't feel pressured to really have to play hyper defensively, you know, like you can go out there and be basically a badass. But you can't just be like the champion of all champions. This is still a From Software game, so you know it's going to have a little bit of that, you know, Dark Souls difficulty before Dark Souls existed. But it's really kind of cool here, though, because you get to go through and you are basically just a boss. I mean, you fly around, you teleport, you have these huge attacks, you destroy everything, but the enemies are unforgiving. I mean, like, as cool as you are, they are just as cool or even better, you know? So it's nice that it kind of gives you, like, the power fantasy of being this crazy, like, character that can destroy almost anything, but also it holds you down in the sense that, like, yeah, you're a boss, but these guys are no pushover. So, like I said, it does have some action RPG elements. Later on, of course, you start unlocking magic, and the magic has the ability to charge it up and shoot it out, and that drains your magic meter, which also inhibits you regenerating your life. A little bit of risk reward there. But when you beat levels, you earn currency, you level up, but also you can use that currency to go to the shop, buy new weapons, buy new accessories, buy new spells, all of which, is going to be catered to your playstyle. But, I mean, you can see right here, the first weapon that I ended up unlocking was this kind of double-bladed pole arm, and it was not as powerful as your original sword, but against smaller enemies or big groups of enemies, you could kind of catch them all in a whirlwind and hit everybody at once. That's the kind of thing this game's all about, and like I said, this is a great hidden gem that anyone who has an Xbox should definitely look into getting, especially because, as I said, it's like in the $20-$25 range, depending on if you want it complete or like really, high-quality mint copy. But it's something that, a lot of people slipped on. It's a game that you just wouldn't know about. To be honest, when I picked it up, I got it purely because 1 and 2 were sitting next to each other on the shelf. Like I said, both of them together were $10. The first copy was $3, and the second one, Otogi 2, was $7. So it's $10 for the set. I'd never heard of it before. I was like, this looks cool. I'll give it a gamble for $10. And boy, am I glad I did. So this is where I'm going to start breaking the rules. Like I said, Otogi 2 nowadays is not cheap, and that really, really sucks, because this game took everything I love about the first game, which is, I love the first game a lot, and it just makes it over the top better. I mean, first off, you have 6 playable characters. They're all drastically different. And then of course it kept the whole leveling up, the weapons, the everything. But the main draw to this game, like I said, is the 6 characters. So of course at first you can play as the same character from the first game, Raiko, and he plays exactly the same. You got your double jump, you have your magic, you have your swords. Of course, like I said, you can switch out weapons. The only thing is I will say this game, you can tell it's a second game, right? They learned from the mistakes of the past. It has it where the control of the camera feels a little bit more intuitive. The character movements and animations feel more fluid. It's pretty much, any good sequel improves, and this one is no different. But like I said, the thing that stands this game out from the other games is the other characters. So let's go ahead and jump into them. And first we're going to start off with ya big boy, Otogi. This dude is massive. I mean, he's super slow. His jump is abysmal, but he can literally wipe out boats with just swings of his massive axe. His starting magic is this kind of like surrounding lightning move, and when you charge it up, the whole screen just turns straight up into a bolt of lightning. Like I said, he's like incredibly slow, and that is a bummer, but I mean, all these big characters usually are. But he is super OP in the damage department. I love the fact that he has like this massive axe. And like I said, his magic is super useful, but some of these other characters kind of outclass him in both departments. Let's go ahead and check out the next guy. This character, lo and behold, is one of my favorite characters, and that is Suna. He's like this werewolf, angelic, like god dude. He has the double-sided bladed pole, but he can separate them into like 2 different swords. He definitely has like some of the best movement, I feel, but one thing I really like about him is his starting magic is to shoot out like this wave of firebirds, but you can also charge it up by spinning your blade and launch a giant like phoenix forward. Like I said, this character moves really fast and just in general like looks cool. It's like, hey, do you want like an Anubis werewolf like demigod dude? Like, well, yeah, here you go. Alright, the next character in the melee department is a little bit broken. This is Sadamitsu. She is nuts, right? So she has this gigantic scythe, and it's kind of weird. So for some reason, she does not have magic when you start out, which is perfect for a stage like this where you get silenced by enemies, because who cares? But your scythe has incredible range and absurd damage. I mean, when you get this big group of people together, you can just wipe them out by culling them with this massive scythe. It's just always funny. I always love a character who looks real kind of like proper, kind of like, this character looks like a proper princess or someone of that age. But then she just has this huge scythe and just like culls the enemies down. It's insane. Like I said, every single time I switch characters and I remember what these characters are all about, I'm like, oh my god, this game is friggin' amazing. Up next, we're going to talk about Sei Mei. Now, this character is crazy. really strong, really incredibly strong magic. I will say that. But the thing that's crazy about this character is they fight with just fans, right? And you wouldn't think that's a big deal because there is no strong heavy attack, but they'll knock you up and grab you, slam you to the ground, basically massive ground grab damage. I don't know why the melee damage is so high on this, but you can follow it up with this gigantic spell. Like the starting spell for this character is these huge kind of like earth explosions, and it makes it really good for the bonus for clearing out different destroying the whole basically level. Really good for that. But overall, this is a weird character that is generally just really good overall. I mean, every character seems to be really good, but this one has the AoE on lock as far as magic is concerned. But no, if you noticed from the character select screen, I skipped one, I'm going back to it, and that is Sudake. This character is the most broken video game character I think I have ever experienced, especially in an action RPG or an action, stylistic action game. This character is broken as hell. What happens when you combine an undead monk, a tree, and a pirate's steering wheel? You get this thing, and this thing is literally God. Like your light attack, you just kind of fly the wheel around with your mind. Your heavy attack, the wheel explodes into like a flurry of, just shots that go everywhere. As far as the bonus for destroying the stage, easily done. Just keep pressing the Y button and everything in the whole stage will be destroyed, including all enemies, all everything. Your magic is weird. You summon this bright light of butterflies. Regardless, anything in front of you, instantly dead. And the one thing I really like is at the end of this level particularly, you have to kind of open up this jail cell type thing to release a big monster to fight. And in doing so, you summon hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these small demons, and you can literally just keep pressing the Y button with this character and you will obliterate them. I think while filming this, my combo got up to 981, something like that. And oh my god, this character breaks the game instantly, but it's just so fun to take out your frustration. Yeah, you know what, fine, I'll just play as this character. What are you gonna do? But like I said, the only real downside to this game right now in my mind is the price. When I originally bought this game, like I said, I paid $7, and back then, even up until recently, this game was still a hidden gem. I was telling people about this game and they were picking it up for a fair price. I don't know when the jump happened. I guess I could do some research on price charting. But regardless, Otogi 1 and 2 are two hidden gems that you definitely need to check out on the Xbox. Especially the first one. Like I said, the first one is extremely reasonable to get. And if you have not played it, it's something you really, really need to check out. So like I said, those are a couple of awesome games. You can pick up the first one still relatively very cheap. As of right now, there's no other way to play these conveniently on consoles that I know of. I don't think they're on the backwards compatible list. As far as you can, Xbox has a lot of those things where you can get them off the Xbox Live Store. Not yet. I want that to happen though. Hopefully that will happen one day, because these games are great. These games are too good to be missed. But once again, this was my little Hidden Gems video, my 3,000 subscriber video. You guys are the ones who kind of dictated what we were doing in today's episode. And because of that, I do want to say thanks to a lot of people, actually. And if I miss any specific group, I apologize. But, I really want to thank, if you've been watching my channel for a while, I really want to thank Retro Fighters. They're always sending me cool stuff to review. Their controllers are top-notch. They're cool. The cases they just came out with, the NES-style cases for the Switch games are so cool. I really want to thank Ryan over at Castlemania Games. I've gotten a lot of help from him. Of course, I have a promo code with his store, Pippin, so if you guys ever like anything from there, you get a 10% discount. I really want to thank my buddy Vinny for sure. He runs the neutralgroundshop.com. He's the one who makes the laser wood map that I do all of my unboxings on. Once again, I actually did a video on his maps. Super cool. I really want to thank recent, kind of friend I've made. I want to thank Pipe Dreams Games. They sent me those really awesome Sega Saturn repops that are amazing. These guys are really, really great. No, actually, that's a lie. They didn't send it to me. I did buy those, but I still want to thank them because they're really cool guys. Really want to thank Studio Nice, the people who made Skycadia. These guys are awesome. That game is amazing, and I've gotten a great friend out of it. And I really, really want to thank Kat over at Cat House Games. She is amazing. She's like technologically a genius. I mean, it's just insane. Besides that, I want to just thank some of the YouTube friends I've made. My good friend Gamer Aimer, she's been on my channel a couple times. Great friend of mine. I really want to thank both Andys, and that's Andy over at the 90s Are Rad and Andy over at Pac-Man Cased. The two cool channels. And then, you know, Ed's Retro Geek Out and Retro Rick and just all those guys that I've been, you know, doing fun videos with here and there. But the most important, like, you know, I named all my friends and all the people who've been helping me out. And cannot forget NIS America. That is an awesome partnership I have. Whew, can't forget that one. But anyway, I really, really legit want to thank you guys. The guys, you know, all y'all watching, all y'all clicking like, all y'all clicking subscribe, putting in comments, keeping the conversation going, sending me fan art. I mean, like, this has just been an amazing journey. It's been really fun. This has been, like, a really fun thing. You know, I just kind of started this channel just kind of for kicks and giggles in the background. You know, yeah, you know, I have a big game collection. You know, especially now with COVID, you can't have friends over to play games all the time. So how can I still interact with people and still get to kind of hang out with you guys, you know, even the people who I've never met? It's like you guys are like my new friends, you know, that I don't even know yet. I mean, in real life, you know, I know you via comments and other stuff, direct messages. So thank you so much. I am blathering on and on. You know, hey, y'all are amazing. 3,000 subs. I can't believe we got here. So I mean, hey, let's keep the ball rolling. If you haven't subscribed, let's keep it going. You know, heck, 3,000. Next will be 4,000. That's gonna do it for us today, guys. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. You know, leave a like, dislike if you feel any kind of way. And as I always love to say to you guys, take it easy.